put you guys on this little shaft so that we can go. Okay, let's see. Nope, stop it. Where are we looking? We're gonna do this. Do a little bit wider angle. Let's do that. There we go. I'm gonna set you on my titty right there, and then there we go. I don't have so much pollen on my car. Oh, tripod, 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 and we're good. I feel really bad for this guy. It's an old Subaru Brat. I actually know him, and I don't know what happened, but it's like burnt. It's toasty now. Anyways, what's up, guys? I feel like, I truly do. I think I say this every single time I start vlogging, but I love vlogging because it's very therapeutic and it's just nice to just sit there and talk. That's what I love to do. It makes me feel more connected to my audience, and it's also a lot easier to edit. I'm not even gonna lie. Something I wanted to talk to you guys about today, and like most of you guys know that follow me, I like to be transparent, with my audience, and I like to be honest with those of you who watch my videos, whether you like me or not, it doesn't matter. I like to be open with the things that I kind of have to experience, the things that I go with, and I'm gonna put on my shades. I don't care if you think I'm a tool or not, I'm putting on my shades. A topic that's really been kind of like on my mind lately is the topic of like what goes on behind the scenes with YouTubers, because whether people think so or not, whether you believe it or not, there's a lot more than meets the eye to working full-time with YouTube. And yes, that is what I do, but I also am a full-time student as well. I still do that, so I have a lot to balance. But I want to talk to you guys about like the struggles of being a YouTuber. And a couple disclaimers. I want you guys to know that I actually have worked in the private sector before, so I'm not just coming at this with no knowledge. And also, I'm not complaining. I absolutely love doing this, and I just love the fact that I have the opportunity to do this for a living. Anyways, something I wanted to talk about today is the struggles that kind of goes on behind the scenes, because what you guys don't see is honestly the biggest part of being a YouTuber and the hardest part of being a YouTuber. And I think one of the biggest struggles for me, I'll go ahead and just move right on into this. I think one of the biggest struggles for being a YouTuber in terms of like self-discipline and accountability is making video topics. A lot of people like kind of overestimate YouTubers' lives, and they really just kind of like, people assume that we have these just extraordinary lives where we just have these crazy things always going on. We have these crazy lives where we always have cool things going on. Like, my life is no different than yours. It's very difficult for me sometimes to go and find fun things to film, because my life is not as crazy as most people think. Yes, I can make pretty much anything out of any situation, but it's very difficult to kind of keep making really entertaining videos for you guys, especially 3 times per week. I think that's probably one of the biggest struggles, in all honesty, is trying to figure out new content to consistently push out there to grow my audience. And also, in terms of self-discipline and accountability, you have to realize, like, I am self-employed, and the IRS loves to emphasize that, but I am self-employed, so I don't have a boss. I don't have anybody I report to. I don't have anybody that, like, I can't put my hopes into impressing a boss to give me a raise. Like, all the money that I make and the hope that I have for my channel is very short term. The kind of hope horizon, I guess, for YouTubers, it's a very short term drop off. Like, you can never really see what's ahead of you, and it's very unpredictable, and it's crazy. Like, being a YouTuber is absolutely insane, and there's no guessing how much you can make or how much you will make. Like, it's very sporadic, and it's hard to judge. That's kind of tough sometimes, and it's really tough sometimes, like, to get up and to be like, you know what, I gotta film 3 videos today. I don't know what I'm gonna film them on, but I've got to make sure I kick my butt into gear and film 3 videos. So you have to make sure you're very accountable, and a lot of people don't have the ability. Well, everybody has the ability, I'll say it that way. Everybody has the ability to do this kind of work, but a lot of people choose not to because it's too much effort on their part. So it's kind of difficult because, like I said, I gotta wake up every morning and I gotta basically plan my day out, and I gotta make sure that I actually do something with my day. And a lot of people like to just go to work and then come home and then just crack open a beer and just enjoy the rest of the day. No, I go to school, I come home, I work basically until I go to sleep. I play Xbox sometimes, I do try and enjoy some of my time. But like, I usually don't have a lot of time on my hands. Like, I work from the moment I wake up until the time, sometimes until the time I go to sleep. And it's pretty tough, and a lot of people don't have the guts to do that, and a lot of people don't realize that we have to do that. And a lot of people as well don't realize that, like, my job goes well beyond YouTube in itself. Like, I spend a lot of time on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Like, that is part of my job. Branding yourself is huge for YouTube. And these people, like, at stoplights, people stare at you. It's like, I'm talking to a camera, people. Just chill out. You don't have to stare at me because I'm talking to a freaking camera. But, like, I spend a lot of time on social media, and that is mentally exhausting. And that is, I mean, I've worked physically exhausting jobs before, and I'm telling you what, mentally exhausting jobs are much, much, much harder. It's much more taxing on yourself. So yeah, I spend a lot of time on social media. Like, you spend a lot of time kind of branding yourself and monitoring yourself. So that's the kind of crazy thing about YouTube, that, like, the barrier to entry for new people is very, very low. Anybody can start a new YouTube channel, but the thing about that, the reason why there's not a whole lot of people that do YouTube is because people get weeded out very quickly, because you have a lot of different things to deal with on a very high scale that you really have no clue, like, you had no way of anticipating all that kind of stuff. There's a huge sense of accountability there, and you have to have a very strong will. Going along with that, another thing in terms of you being strong-willed is you have to really be able to resist. The best way I can say this is like bullying. It's like, take every aspect of social media that discourages you, that you hate, that freaks you out, that you don't like take all of that and then multiply it by 100. And that is what people on YouTube like myself, like, that is what I deal with every single day. Like, I get people at least a couple times a week go, dude, kill yourself. Like, all the time. People say stuff like that, and you really, like, it's easy for you sitting there, you know, in the audience to say, oh, that's easy, you just don't do it. Like, it's very easy to say that, but, like, it took me a long time to kind of overcome that. There's a verse in Proverbs that actually says, you know, it's to one's glory to overlook an offense, and I have absolutely overcome, you know, taking things personally, but I had a big issue with taking things personally a long time back. And now, you know, a lot of people struggle with, if someone says something bad to you, the first thing you usually do is you come back and you either justify yourself, or you come back with something else that's going to trigger them even more. And one of the biggest things you have to learn with being a YouTuber, or being as much like on the internet as much as, you know, I am, you have to learn self-control. Like, it's not going to do anyone any good. Despite how frustrated a comment might make you, you just need to overlook that, and you need to just not, you just need to kind of move on with it. Bullyism, I don't really get that. Like, everybody's just sitting there, oh, we gotta control the bullies. No, you should just control your mind, because you're the one that decides to take it personally or not. But that's a different topic for a different day. So there's a lot of stresses associated with the job that a lot of people very, very, very much underestimate. I'm not saying by any means, like, I'm not gonna sit here and measure pee-pees and be like, oh yeah, my job is super hard, it's so much harder than yours. I'm not saying it's hard at all. In fact, most people don't even think that this is a job. And you know what, if you want to think that, that's perfectly fine. At the end of the day, I make money doing this, so if you want to call it a job or not, it doesn't matter. This is what I'm doing. But I absolutely love the fact that I have the opportunity, like I said, to do this, and I love it so dearly, because, like, my dream has always been to have, like, my own TV show. And while I don't have a TV show, well, TV's kind of being outdated as we speak, but you know, I've always had the dream to, like, have my own TV show, talk show, like, reality show. And the nice thing is this is a very small version of that, and I've actually been able to do that, and it's really awesome. So, you know, I take advantage of this. I love doing it. It is tough. There was absolutely no way for me to cover all the bases today. Like, I didn't even mention a few of the really big things that also just kind of they kind of torment you per se every week. But you know, it's not easy, and I want you guys to know that while I'm not complaining, I want you guys to know that there's a lot more than meets the eye. And for those of you who think that I'm just being a big wuss and think that, you know, this job is super easy, you know what? Go ahead and say that. You're more than welcome to. If you say that, though, before you go down in the comment section, before you say anything actually, before you share your opinion, try and experience what I'm experiencing first. So if you think that my job is easy, I would like you to do the same thing. And then after you doing it for a month, you can come back to this video and comment about how easy you think my life is. Especially with juggling full-time school. Sometimes, man, it's really hard sometimes actually. So I'm gonna give you guys a really good, some really good sounds in the garage, because I got class. I got my financial analysis class. I've been working so hard. I've got 2 huge projects and 2 different finance classes, like an investments class right now. I'm doing something huge, but yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Here we go. You guys hear that? It's so good. I love the sound. I love you guys so much, and at the end of the day, I do have a lot of things to deal with, and I do have a lot of struggles to overcome, but you guys make it worth it, and you guys have made this reality possible for me, and I have nothing, I just have you guys to thank. It's absolutely amazing that I have the privilege of just hopping in my car and kind of talking and having that be an actual aspect of my job and what I do. And now I'm parked, and I'm gonna do a riff. That was just for you guys. That was for you guys. Anyways, thank you guys so incredibly much for watching. I have got to get to class. I'm gonna run late if I don't hurry my butt up. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next video. Peace. People probably in the garage being like, oh, this is Ricer. Oh, this guy's a Ricer. Oh, he's a Ricer. He just likes to rev his car in the garage. What a Ricer.